Hey, Love Tribe. My name is Samantha. I am the creator of NU, which is a business that specializes in product and content that inspire and empower. Um, like I said, my name is Samantha. I want to give you a brief background about myself. I am born and raised in Mississippi. I was a youth minister for 13 to 14 years. I went to college where I majored in entrepreneurship, and then I had a major spiritual awakening. But today, I won't be talking about that. I'm going to talk about how to overcome setbacks. And I have 10 steps that will help you bounce back from a setback. So, some important things to remember, and I'm going to be looking down. I made some notes to keep myself on point, especially with this being my very first video. So, I am nervous, so you all bear with me. Key things to remember when overcoming a setback. Everyone experiences setbacks. Everyone. All living things on earth has experienced some type of setback. Millionaires, billionaires have experienced setbacks before they reach the level that they're at. And you won't be any different, okay? So keep that in mind, okay? Secondly, the setback does not define you. Okay? If what you were doing ended up being a failed project, okay, that does not mean you're a failure. Okay? So let's start with number 1. Change your perspective or point of view on the situation. Now, the reason that's important is if you continue to have a negative view on the situation, you won't get the results that you want. Okay? You have to change the energy that you're putting towards the project that you're doing or whatever it is that you're doing. You have to change your energy. If your energy is negative, then you're going to expect negativity. So you have to change your negative energy to positive energy. And you can do that by simply, like I said, changing your point of view. What helps me when I experience setbacks is, 1, I think about, okay, this is happening for a reason. Secondly, my number 1 favorite thing to think is, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? But for any of the other tips to work, you have to do this first step. You have to change your perspective on the situation. You have to let go of the negativity. You have to approach the situation with an open mind, without letting the negativity hinder you. 2, be mindful of what you say. And that goes hand in hand with 1, because if you're speaking negativity over yourself and the situation, then guess what you're going to get? You're going to get negative results, and you're going to continue to get negative results because of the things that you're saying. And words are power. Words are energy. So you have to be mindful of what you say over yourself and the situation or the project that you're working on. A good rule of thumb that I practice, it's an old saying, you may have heard it. If you don't have anything good to say at all, then don't say it. And that's something that I practice. If I don't have anything good to say, then I try not to say anything at all. 3, remind yourself of personal victories. Now, we all have lived life long enough to we may have at least one. You may have at least one experience that you can think back on that was success. You had success. So think on that. Maybe thinking on that situation, you can use something that you could maybe apply to your present situation. So that will definitely encourage you to move forward or bounce back by thinking about those personal victories. Because like I said, we have at least one. 4, exercise. I know you like, what? Exercise? Yes, exercise. You have to release that negative energy, that stress. And sometimes this is something that I would do. I would exercise, and then later I will feel refreshed. I will feel lighter. And then I would have, creativity. I will become more creative. I will get an inspirational thought or see something that would move me to be creative. So that's a good one. 5, watch something funny or inspirational. Now, this is good when you're definitely down in a rut. And for me, if you like me, for some reason, you're experiencing setback after setback after setback. I'm talking about literally, y'all. I experienced setback after setback. And you get to the point where you like literally depressed. You don't feel like exercising. You don't want to think about. You don't want to think. You just woe is me. You just laying there existing. A simple thing that you can do is watch something funny to change your mood. Like I said, you have to change your perspective. You have to change that negative energy into positive energy. So watching something funny could definitely do that for you. And for from my experience, and this is a recent experience, you all, even with this YouTube channel, like I said, I experienced setback after setback after setback. You all, you wouldn't believe if I told you everything that happened. But my case, I had bought this desktop, bought this fancy camera. I'm the type of person, I'm very proactive. I dot my I's and cross my T's before I do things. So I had software lined up and everything. And I made sure I asked the salesperson, hey, will this desktop allow me to be creative and edit videos? And the salesperson said, yes, it will. You won't have any problems. That was not the case, y'all. And on top of other setbacks, I was really in a bad place. And so I just recently watched some inspirational videos. One of the videos I watched was Lynn Allure. And she was talking about how you can have a great YouTube channel as a beginner. And after listening to that video, I felt so much better, you all. I felt so lighter. I feel like, yes, I can do this. And then on top of that, today I happened to stumble across a video by Think Media that shared tips on how to use your phone to make videos and edit. And so that was right on time for me, y'all. Because like I said, I had setback after setback. The desktop then was not quality for what I was trying to do. And I had to take it back. So that put me back at square one as far as I was concerned. Excuse me. So those 2 videos, you all, changed my thought frame. It changed my mind frame. So here I am on my trusty phone, creating this video for you all. And yeah, I'm doing it, y'all. And I want to stop right now and say thank you for watching and listening for this long. Take the time out to like or subscribe. And to help you out with it, I'm going to give you some music to give you time to hit the like and subscribe button right now. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. If you feeling my vibe, like and subscribe. I hope you all like that. So thank you. So moving on. Tip number 6, call a friend. Now, the friend doesn't necessarily have to know what you're going through. The whole point of calling them is to change that negative energy into positive energy. And you can simply do that by calling a friend, just checking on them, asking them what's going on in their lives, and, just talk to them. And if they're a wise person, a wise friend, you feel comfortable sharing what you're going through, you can talk to them about your situation, and hopefully they will give you some good advice that moves you into that positive place. Number 7, focus on another project or something else. And for me, before starting this YouTube channel, I was working on another project. And that project went left, y'all. It went left. I mean, so I'm back at square one with that first project. And what helped me, to move on, and it's not forever. I'm just taking a break from it right now until I regroup and re-strategize on that. But I had this project, my YouTube channel, to work on to take me off of that. And even with this situation, like I said, I had setback after setback, and I had personal setbacks. So there was a point where I didn't want to focus on this. So I focused on my daughter, and she's 2 years old. And I focused on her, took my mind off everything, and just, had to regroup, like really. And once I did that, I, put myself in that positive mind frame, positive energy. And lo and behold, things started looking better, looking up and lining up. 8, music. Now, music is one of my favorites, y'all. You can just find that favorite song of yours that without a doubt will lift your spirit. It never fails me. Every time I do it, it never fails me. And speaking of music, if you haven't already checked out my first video, it is a song titled The Truth. It's a motivational song, so there you go. There's one for you if you don't have one. Gotcha, I got you. Got you. So number 9 is nature. Ting. Nature is a good way to change that negative energy into positive energy. And how you do that is I just go outside and I just sit and I be present in the moment. I make sure I'm present in the moment. And I don't focus on what happened. I focus on what's going on in front of me. I look at trees. I listen to the sound of the wind. I listen to birds. I listen to the bees. I look at the grass. I just take your mind off. Just escape. Let nature, get lost in nature. And I'm telling you, every time I've done this, y'all, I will hear that voice within gives me some type of creative way to solve the problem, or, give me some type of inspiration to move on or to regroup and show me how to regroup. So that's a good one. And my last one, number 10, is meditation. Y'all, it works. Trust me, it works. And to basically, meditation is you just being alone with yourself in a quiet room, and you think you allow yourself to experience whatever emotion that comes up. So I'm going to do a guided meditation, and we're talking about how to bounce back from a setback. So, okay, for instance, if I just had a setback and it threw me for a loop, because these tips are for those type of setbacks that you know it's really hard for you to bounce back from. So I would go in a quiet room like I am now and just put yourself in a comfortable position. It could be sitting in a chair, it could be laying down, just as long as you're comfortable. And close your eyes and start breathing. And you will take deep breaths in and out. And however you feel comfortable letting that air out and breathing in, that's what you do. But you want to take slow, deep breaths. And you allow yourself to feel whatever emotion that you feel about the situation. If you're sad and you feel like crying about it, cry. The whole point is that you're releasing that negative energy. You're letting that negative flow go. You're giving it somewhere to go. So you breathe and you just, if you need to scream, scream. But you need to release that negative energy. And what I would do once I've released that negative energy, I'll say, I am grateful. I will start intentionally trying to change my thoughts from negative to positive. I am grateful. I know that I can bounce back from this. There's a lesson for me to learn. Help me to learn from this situation. What can I learn from this situation? And you just breathe in and out until you get an answer. Sometimes in meditation, you don't get an answer right then. Sometimes you get it the next day. Shopping or something. You may overhear something, or someone calls you and give you some advice. It's a beautiful experience when you really learn how to meditate. And another thing that I want to share, that my daughter taught me on, y'all, far as bouncing back from a setback. Her bounce back game, I'm just gonna give her credit. It's 10-10, y'all. It's 10-10. And seeing her bounce back really changed my view, and I'm now going to make a conscious effort not to stay so sad or depressed for a long period of time after a setback. And let me just share this situation with you all. So, like I said, I have a 2-year-old daughter, and I had took something from her, and she thought it was the end of the world. She started crying, screaming, rolling in the floor, and I just let her be. I was not going to deal with it. And it lasted less than 5 minutes. But she jumped up, came toward me, and started playing with me like nothing happened. And I was like, what? Y'all, that day, it hit me. This is what it truly means to have a bounce back game from a setback. This 10-10. If you think about it, if you've been around a child, they bounce back from any situation like that like they're not phased by it at all. It's like it happened and they forget it. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm making a conscious effort, to not stay at a low point for a long time. So that's another thing. Don't stay low for a long time, because then it's hard to get your mind right, if you're down for too long. So she definitely taught me how to bounce back like that. So that's what I've been working on to up my bounce back game. As far as the time frame I bounce back, because usually, depending on what it is, it may take me a day, or if it's like I said, it had been back to back to back for me. So I was definitely down for a while, like some weeks. But seeing her, my daughter taught me that, y'all. So I'm working on that to bounce back. I want to say at the most a day, if anything, if I let something bother me to that point. Hopefully the next day I'm good. So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for listening to what I have to say. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also check out my first video, y'all. Like I said, it's a motivational song. It's titled The Truth. And it's definitely something that you can vibe to, lift your spirits, let you know that you're the truth. What? So until next time, Love Tribe, one love.